This is a demonstration of DBA Express. In this video, I will demonstrate the Schema Inspector. Schema Inspector will allow users to compare two different databases, see where the differences are, and also allow them to sync one database with the other. To launch Schema Inspector, just click the Schema Inspector tile. And I have to enter a name for this comparison. Click Next, and point to a server and a database. Click Next again and choose a database to compare it to. If I click Next again, I have a series of options that I can choose. Just different things that you can enable or disable for your comparison. Options such as ignore object principals, ignore SQL commands, just things that you can ignore. Click Finish, and it runs a comparison between the two databases. So in this scenario, I could take a production database and compare it against the schema of a development environment and see where the changes are, where it's inconsistent. On this screen, I can see the database on the left and then the name of the database I'm comparing it to on the right. There's an arrow here that shows you which way the changes are going to be made. So I could take all of the differences in the schema from the database on the left side and use that to alter the database on the right. I can click this arrow to reverse that. This comparison is showing me what's different between these databases. Here you'll see I have a list of items that are only in one database, and it will tell you that it's located in the source. I can also see items with differences, equivalent items, and then further down the list I can see items that only exist in the database on the right. You can expand these items, and you have the option to uncheck them if you're going to sync the two environments and you don't want to copy certain parts of the schema over to the target database. There's also select all and deselect all. You can check right over here. And it displays how many items you've selected to sync. Towards the bottom, we have some other tools you can use. You can generate statistics, which will give you some details about the items that you're comparing. You can apply filters. You can go back and change your settings. And you can create reports as well. If I wanted to sync these two environments, I click Next Step, and this shows me what Schema Inspector is going to do. So it's going to store certain contents, drop certain things, and over here you have the target database. So it's saying target will be modified, gives you the database name, and I can also choose the version of SQL, whether it's 2005 or 2008 or even 2012. There's three different ways I can do this as well. Down towards the bottom, there is the direct option, which will synchronize against the selected target database directly. So this is just going to make the changes directly against the database. I can script this out. So it's going to produce a script that can be used to update the target. And then there's the hybrid option, which will do both. It runs against the target database directly and also creates the scripts that you can use to synchronize. I'm going to choose direct. And now I'm going to click synchronize down here in the lower right corner. When the synchronization is finished, you have a screen telling you that the operation completed successfully. You can also view any warnings that may have occurred and any errors.